Okay, first thing I want to do is a quick recap of last week. Jamal Williams, smash. Miles Sanders, smash. Derrick Henry, smash. McCaffrey didn't get the touchdown we needed, but I was happy with the targets I seen. And of course, Jonathan Taylor left with an injury. Our super sleeper of the week was Rashard Penny. He also went crazy, so I'm satisfied with it. Great week for our running back picks. Now we move on to our all-ins for week 5. Love the value this week. I think we can really take advantage of the cheaper running backs and use the salary savings to get some real high-priced wide receivers and some of the best quarterbacks that we like moving forward on this week's slate. First running back I want to talk about is James Robinson. Now, we all know that the Texans' run defense is horrible, so we want to target that anytime we get a chance. And because of Robinson's price hike up, he's only coming in about 5% owned this week, so I love that as a contrarian play. Of course, Jacksonville's favored by 7, which is unusual for Jacksonville, but rightfully so. And it's obvious now that James Robinson has earned running back 1. I know going into the year we were concerned about ATN and the workload that each one would get, but he has really cemented his position as a 3-down running back for this offense. Now we get to the value. First of all, Dalvin Cook, way too cheap. He's coming in at 7.3K on FanDuel and DraftKings. That price is way too cheap for him. I get it. We haven't seen the results we want from Dalvin Cook, but it's coming. Once the touchdowns come, the numbers will rise. The workload's okay. He's an efficient running back. We all know what Dalvin Cook can do. Minnesota is also favored by 7. He's only coming in at around 11% on FanDuel. I like that. I think he was about 17.5 on DraftKings, but that's chalk I'm definitely willing to eat. Alvin Kamara, also way too cheap. 7K on FanDuel, 6.6K on DraftKings. Great price for him, and we know why Alvin Kamara is a little cheaper. Haven't really seen the output we want from him yet. But look, if he's going to smash, it's going to be this week. Seattle's defense is horrible. We saw what Jamal Williams did last week against them. We saw what the Detroit Lions offense did against them last week. I wouldn't be surprised if the Saints did the same thing. I'm really hoping Jameis Winston plays in that game so that we can have that aerial assault that he's so good for. Might throw 3 picks, but I'm looking forward to seeing him go up against Seattle. And I think Kamara can really flourish when they open up that passing game and then come back to Kamara on the run. I think he can have a wonderful day. So let's go to Devin Singletary. Of course, the Bills are favored by 14 points. So we're hoping to get a run-heavy second half featuring Singletary. He finally locked up the backfield. No more Zach Moss shit in the way. So I like him as a great pick. He's coming in under 10% ownership on both sites, so that's good. He's way too cheap also, 6K. That's a great price for him. I think a lot of people are overlooking Singletary, focusing on Diggs and focusing on Josh Allen, and I think that's a great way to get different and pivot off of those high ownership players on Buffalo. Next, the beast known as Jeff Wilson. Man, if you watch that game and seeing what he did to the Rams and how the 49ers just displayed their dominance, man, they look great. And they made me a believer of the things they're going to do. We know how they want to play ball, right? They're going to be run heavy, and they're going to rely on their defense. They got Jimmy G back there, the ultimate, the ultimate game management quarterback, right, as everybody likes to call him. So they're going to look just to not turn the ball over. They're going to run heavy. You're going to get a lot of Wilson. You're going to get a lot of Debo. And they're just going to try to out-physically play their opponent. So I love him. Also, another team that's favored. I think San Francisco's favored by 5 points. And Jeff Wilson is only coming in around 8% owned so far. So that's another great play for this week. Now we get to the super sleeper of the week. like I said earlier, smashed it last week with Rashard Penny. This week, I'm going with Raheem Mostert. Dolphins, favored by 3.5. Great price. 5.8K on FanDuel, 5K on DraftKings. Check this out. Only 3% owned. 3.0% on FanDuel, 3.6 on DraftKings. We're getting a great, cheap, contrarian play with this week's Super Sleeper. And I also think this is a great pivot away from the Miami stacks that are going to be popular with the cheap Teddy Two Gloves coming in, and then everyone flocking to Tyreek Hill and Waddle. I think this is a great way to get different and still capitalize off some of the explosiveness of the Dolphins. It's my week 5 all in, guys. Work it because it works. Peace.